at Union Home.
Ooh. Alrighty, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the On The Go post show for this Monday, October 26th. It's winning Monday, a victory Monday, so we have a lot to talk about. We would love for you to comment. Let us know where you are watching from. This is YouTube and Facebook, and we're going to start with the Browns and then head over to early voting. So let us know, did you vote yet? Because Jasmine has a lot of good tips for those of you who want to take part in early voting. But first, let's start with that Browns thrilling victory yesterday over Cincinnati. You already know the team beat Cincinnati, but boy, OBJ, that injury, Austin. What's going on with that?
Yeah, a tough blow for the Browns early on, and especially, of course, OBJ. You know, they start off pretty rough. Baker Mayfield has, I think, he starts 0 for 5, and then that play came on. He was throwing a pass to Odell Beckham Jr. and play gets picked off and trying to break up the play, and ends up busting his knee, and no official word on exactly what the prognosis is. He's going to be taking an MRI later on today, but it from all reports, it doesn't sound like the Browns have a lot of high hope that they think this is going to be a major injury, and essentially, so Browns gearing up right now to go on with life without Odell Beckham Jr. And tough blow for the season. Definitely don't want to see anyone getting hurt. So laid on the ground for a while, gingerly walked back into the locker room, and he'll be undergoing an MRI today, where hopefully we'll probably learn exactly what's taking place either today or sometime tomorrow. But and from there it was interesting, where the Browns really had a lot of high scoring offense. Jimmy said, Donovan this morning on the show said, let's not talk about the defense so much. Let's stick with the positive things. But really that offense took off yesterday in the second half. And in an interview yesterday with CBS News after the CBS Sports after the game, Baker Mayfield was talking about Odell Beckham Jr. and that he saw him in the locker room in the second half, and Odell Beckham Jr. said to him, he said, go out and be great. And that's really what exactly Baker Mayfield did. He was on fire in that second half. And I think this was the game that a lot of people wanted to see Baker Mayfield do, is win the game, not just manage the game necessarily. And I think you can make the argument that he definitely did that. Set a franchise record, 21 straight completions. The only incomplete that he had was a spike, so that was to stop the play. So he potentially just could have been perfect in the I think it was 21 for 23, something like that. But it was a great game. But a lot of the players obviously showing a lot of love to Odell Beckham Jr. on Twitter, Instagram. Baker Mayfield put in his Instagram saying, a win's a win. This one was for you, 13. So a lot of love for him. And of course, we're hoping that it's not as serious as the Browns think it is. But at this point, a lot of reports, they certainly think this is going to be a major knee injury.
Yeah, so we'll find out a little bit more today. Again, the Browns beat Cincinnati 37-34, taking us, the team, to 5-2. And you said about Baker Mayfield, man, it was imperative for him to play well because, the team is really evaluating him for that fifth-year option. And many people last week, we were looking on social media after he really didn't have a great game against Pittsburgh. Again, he had that injury. They were like, we're not so, Baker Mayfield isn't the guy, but we shall see, because he definitely said, wait a minute, don't count me out just yet with that play in that the end of the game. He was amazing.
Yeah, he was on fire there, and hopefully not. Hey, he's young. He's been through, I think everyone's heard the excuses. He's young. He's been through 4 head coaches. Now he's on a 4th head coach, something like that. So there's been a lot. The only consistency for Baker Mayfield and, for a young quarterback, his development, is that there's been inconsistency, of course, with the organization. So, but, no complaints yesterday. A great game, and really stepped up when he needed to.
Yeah, so we definitely want to continue to hear from you guys if you're chiming in, and let us know in the comment section, and we want to engage with you as well. And also something amazing, I know we talked about Baker Mayfield's play was amazing, but those voting lines over the weekend, boy, they were amazing. And Jasmine, you actually worked yesterday, so you were seeing things firsthand.
Yeah, so those lines were wrapped around I-90. I don't know if people know exactly where the Cuyahoga County Board of Elections sits, but it's right on the corner Now I forgot
Euclid and East 30th.
30th and Euclid, yeah. Which is near the Chester exit for 90.
Yeah, so it's right. The highway is about 2 blocks off to the side. So if you're standing in line and it's wrapping onto the highway, like that's how major these lines were. Of course, they rerouted that back onto the street, so they weren't, any incidents happen. But incredible lines, and I got a chance to speak to some poll workers, and they tell me the best time to go vote is after 4 p.m. So if you're voting during the week, those are when the lines are like, slim to none. No one's really going out. I also thought this morning I was going to say a good time to vote is at 8 a.m. because that's the time the doors are open. There was already a line out there this morning. So I had to change my script this morning because, for the past couple of days, I've been standing outside and there has been no one outside, waiting in line to vote. And today, a totally different story. But I got a chance to speak to Secretary of State Frank LaRose, and he just said, bottom line, just cast your ballot. If you're mailing it in, if you're going in person, if you're dropping it off, just make sure you exercise your right to vote. And it all makes sense. But it just, I seen a voting sticker, it was just like floating away today. But it's just like, it really is that season of just like getting out there and, exercising your right.
And Maureen, you were one of those people to get out that to early vote. How was the experience?
I did it during the week last week. So I wasn't among the weekend voters, but when I was there, the poll workers were talking about, since it was so busy Monday through Friday last week, they were thinking, what are we going to see? These are what we were expecting. These are the lines we were expecting for the weekend. So what is the weekend going to be like? So actually, when I saw those pictures, the I-90, line was a little outrageous, but I wasn't surprised to see that there were that many people lined up to vote. And I will say, I saw it was around the block. I think I went about like at 9 o'clock or so. And I was thinking, all right, I'm in for an hour, maybe plus, to stand in this line, but they kept everybody moving really fast, and they have a system down. They're doing a great job. This is at Cuyahoga County Board of Elections, and they're doing a great job of getting people in. You vote. There's plastic up. So, they're taking coronavirus precautions. But I think what's important here is when you see those lines, I don't think it should be discouraging to go and vote. A lot of people were planning on maybe this week going in person and going in early in-person voting. Don't be discouraged. If it is a line around the block, pop the headphones in, listen to some music or a podcast, or chat it up with people in line. It's a process, but it's still exciting. There was a lot of excitement around there. And like I said, they do have a system moving through. My mother-in-law was visiting yesterday. She is down near the Belleville area. So I don't know which Board of Elections she went to go vote in, but she said she went in and out. So maybe some other counties are not having the lines that Cuyahoga is having.
Summit County is an in and out so far. I got a chance to check on. But Kiara,
Summit County? Did you say Summit County?
Yeah.
Okay.
County. Kiara Cotton, she works here at Channel 3. She's a digital reporter. She's going to be new to the 5. Today's her first day on the 5 today.
Yeah.
Shout out to her and make sure you check her out. But she told me something really cool that, do you know when you go to Applebee's and they like sing happy birthday from Applebee's? Yeah. So that's kind of sort of, they do a clap out for first time voters. And I thought,
I heard a few. I think some friends must have gone together. And like I said, there's all this plastic up. So actually there's a part of the line where you can't really see, like you just see your own line. You can't see the line next to you. You can't see where they're processing ballots or anything. But I just kept hearing first time voter.
Well, we will definitely have to check that out. So please let us know if you're voting. How are the voting lines near you for early voting? And last minute, hold on. Somebody.
Today, I'm here with Kevin Smith.
Do you guys hear that? Sorry. Anyways, so let's move on to one last quick thing. Halloween, really lastly, everybody round robin. We have 2 minutes left. And then Holly, give us that Halloween forecast. How old is too old to go trick-or-treating? Go. Maureen. start?
Me? Okay, I'm gonna start. For me, my own personal experience, I just remember being about 13, and that's when I was like, I want to pass out candy. And then some boys I know from school showed up at my door, and it was like this awkward moment of me passing candy to them. And it was like, I think we're done here. Like, I think next year you guys shouldn't go out and trick or treat. So
Austin.
I'm with you on that one, Mo. I would say about 13. You know, definitely 13.
Yeah.
If you're in high school, you can't do that.
You get no. Go to a party.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, you go from trick or treating to Halloween parties. So yeah, I agree. 13 is done.
I think we're all talking about the same general time frame, which is like 8th grade. You know, after 8th grade.
7th, 8th grade.
Oh, the people on social media say no, they want to go as long as you have a costume or just say trick or treat.
I wouldn't judge if somebody older comes to my door. I'm not going to not give them candy. I mean, we're not going to be stingy with the fun size.
What if I show up, Mo? Morning, if I show up, you still going to give me some candy because I'm planning on it, maybe.
Austin, I wouldn't be surprised at all if you show up at my door with the
30 seconds left. Holly, Halloween forecast.
Beautiful. Hopefully it doesn't change. Seasonal, mostly sunny during the day. For we'll have highs in the 50s. And then for trick or treat time, we should be upper 40s, low 50s.
Well, thank you all for chiming in. Austin, Mo, Holly, Jasmine, love you guys. Dave will be back tomorrow morning. And Brian, I see your comment saying it's going to be a great Tuesday, November 3rd. Brian is a supporter of President Trump, so we shall see what happens. And thank you again for joining us on this On The Go post show. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Later.
Bye, guys.